Entertainment proudly presents Habari Live. Habari Live. From Phoenix, Arizona. And you're listening to the Habari Live podcast, the show that brings you news, sports, and entertainment for people who love HabariEntertainment.com. Here are your hosts, Iesha, Jimmy, and Damon Dipleen Ellison. Let's get it going. We are all the way live.
Yo. Welcome to another morning, another great Saturday morning of Habari Live, where we keep you updated with the news, sports, and entertainment throughout the week. Like always, we're always live from Paradise Valley in Phoenix, Arizona. Let's get it going. This week, we have a very special guest. We got Safari Blake. She's a musician. She's an actress. She's a poet. She's an author. She holds many different hats in this artistry. She also has a book coming out called Lord Expose Me, right?
It's actually already out.
It's already out?
Yes.
All right. So go get it. It's on safariblake.com, right? You can go buy it.
Also on Amazon and Kindle.
For sure. So all the locations. So that's dope. So what gave you the inspiration to put the book together? I know you were doing poetry for a long time, and you decided to compile the book.
So it's funny how I even transitioned into writing.
Mm-hmm.
I have like a BS in biology and a minor in psych.
Wow.
And so for years, like several years ago, it was more of like, okay, am I going the medical route, the medicine, the healthcare?
Right.
So I went through a process of like, okay, don't be a doctor, a psychologist, a psychiatrist.
Wow.
so it was because I grew up as a Christian.
Right.
And throughout college, I'm like, well, I'm growing. I see it as a more spiritual journey for me than just a religion, if that makes sense.
Right.
And so when I was like, okay, let me be serious about this Christian thing, I said it to myself, like in those exact words. I'm like, let me see, like, what is this? And so it was actually after years, I just like, okay, let me grow spiritually. And then writing started pouring out of me. Okay. So I started just write my thoughts on paper. I used to scribble here, I used to write there. Mm-hmm. But then the more I was in tune with that spiritual aspect, I would wake up and like thoughts would just come to me while I'm sleeping, thoughts, words, and I just like create a poem. Wow. I'll be driving. I feel like words would be dropping and I'm like, I need to catch these really quickly.
Right.
And it wasn't after years. I'm like, oh my God, I'm writing a book. If I knew I was writing a book originally, I think I would have freaked out. Like it would have been like,
it'd been like kind of overwhelming when you was like, I'm not.
Yeah, I'd overthought the process. I would just be, I have to figure out every step. How is it going to work? Blah, blah, blah. And then after I realized I'm writing a book, I'm like, oh my gosh, how do I know it's finished? Like, so it's like, so I went through just different periods. Yeah.
That's the tough part. Very tough. Knowing when it's finished, knowing when to start, knowing the direction of your book and what you're trying to do. That's always tough. That you fell into it probably was better, because when you say you're going to decide to do it, it's so hard to find exactly what you want to do and where you want to go. And you start over 10 times. I'm telling you this because I know. So, I mean, you went to Syracuse, right?
Yes, correct.
And you got a psych and you said biology and psychology.
Yes.
Why those fields? Did you always love science? You're a scientist, or you what was it that?
I'm more Bernie. I'm more analytical, and I like to know. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And also it's because I'm originally from Jamaica, so originally I'm Jamaican, and so even like a lot of Jamaicans can contest this in the sense of you're going to be in the medical field, you're going to be a lawyer, you're going to be something. So from a young age, it was just more like, medicine was just in my head, like this is what I'm going to do.
Right.
And so after I'm in there, I'm like, do I really want to do this? Or is it just because I don't know what I want to do? Which is even kind of bad too. I wouldn't say worse, but it's just more of like, knowing what you want is so much more different than not knowing what you want and you have to go discover it.
It's tough. And I was just having this conversation with him today, and he looking at me sideways. He don't want to hear it. But I'm trying to tell him how tough it is out here and the direction, trying to have direction, trying to find direction, trying to figure out what you want to do. How are you going to take care of yourself? How are you going to build your foundation to build a family? And How you going to feed yourself for the rest of your life from after high school on? Those are some of the hardest years of my life. And not having direction in those times and not having, strong people to point you in a good direction, it can be really, really horrible for a person. And it looks like you got good direction. You had your father, parents. What was in your corner to get you always pointed to make sure you're going in the right direction there?
There's just multiple things. But one thing you mentioned, I just want to do a little tangent, was just like you don't have to figure out the next 50 years.
Right.
That's what a lot of things that used to freak people out. Like, oh my goodness, after high school, I need to figure out my life.
Right.
But sometimes you just need probably find internally for people it's different. So I can't
Right.
say this is a one, shot for everyone,
Right.
but it's more of like, it's find out what your interests are and build on those and be smart about it and hardworking.
That's real.
Because a lot of things you don't, at any moment in life, I'm learning you can switch gears.
That's real.
And so, like, for me, what was in my corner was, yes, I had support per se, but I was very insecure with the process because I'm usually relying on what I need to know. And it's like, so being a creative is like,
Right.
you're creating your path.
Yeah.
So
It's tough.
for me, it's difficult
Right.
because you have to let go and trust the process. And people are like, oh, trust the process. The process sucks because it's a lot of trusting and you need confidence.
A lot of
One of the
confidence.
main thing is confidence in yourself and in your abilities. And if you know your abilities are not that developed, you have to say, okay, let me go develop these skill sets.
That's real.
So I think my issue is not so much that I didn't have a support per se. My issue was I was insecure about the process. I was insecure with where I'm going. I'm like, oh my God. And it wasn't until like later on in life I ventured into modeling then because a lot of things people started when they were like, oh, I'm 10 and they figure this out,
Right.
And so for me, it was like later in life, I'm like, okay, so I ended up modeling for five years.
Right.
After that, I end up finishing this book. And as I'm writing more and more, I started writing songs. And then it was up until like a year and a half ago, I finished writing a song and I was like, oh, cool, I can write songs and sell them to people, see if I can. And a thought popped in my head was like, how about you sing them?
Yeah,
so,
sing it.
so I started developing my voice.
Right.
And so it's just, so after that, I have a song that's finished. I just need a couple tweaking and producing it. And the video for it's almost finished as well.
Wow.
So it's just steps and building. So that's why, though I do a lot of things, I call myself a writer.
Wow.
Sorry, I have a question.
What's up?
So Nico says hi,
What's up, Nico?
and he says Safari means journey in Swahili.
It does.
What was the reason she chose the name Safari?
So Safari is my middle name.
Wow.
So it was given to me.
So what's your first name then?
So my first name is Lacine.
Wow.
And so the way it's spelled, some people, it looks like Lucian.
Okay.
But replace the U and replace it with an I. I'm sorry, with an A. So, I don't know, butchered my own name. But if you look it up, it's supposed to mean light.
Okay.
And so the way it's spelled, people are always like Lucian. I'm like, wait a minute. And so I was in LA at the time.
By your middle name.
And so like later, like I've been correcting people for like so many years. And I'm like, why am I wasting my time correcting people? Just go with Safari.
Right.
Like this one guy I was rehearsing with, we were doing a reel, an acting reel. And he's like, Safari is cool. You should use it. I'm like, whatever. And after a while, I'm like, yeah, it's plain, it's simple, and also reminds me to just keep my message simple, keep my writing simple. So instead of people trying to process the name, they hear the information.
Right. And you bringing it up, you've been in a couple movies, right?
So I've been in different, I wouldn't say movies to that degree, as if, but I've been in more background scenes and things of that sort, or I'm working alongside the main actor, but it's just a couple series when I was in New York.
Okay. How did you fall into that?
Oh, everything with me is a story. So I was a fit model in New York for about 5 years. And then after quitting, I realized I know it's not I didn't like working for the company. I won't lie. I'll leave it at that. I would say I'm partially part of the Me Too. I'm partially.
Wow. They say it's like that in the modeling industry. It's tough.
Oh my goodness. So I was working for a company full time. That was my full time job. And so after I transitioned out, Then I realized I was in my couch in my apartment in New York, in Brooklyn. I was just like, okay, I'm used to doing, I'm used to going, I'm used to like moving.
Right.
And the moment you realize you're not going anywhere,
Right.
there's nowhere to go per se, like not a job, because I
Right.
ended up just quit. I didn't have any backup. And it was like 2 a.m. when I'm learning to just be still. The idea was like, sign up for acting classes.
Wow.
And then it's just a moment where I signed up for acting classes, or this particular one. If I didn't start this moment, I wouldn't have met the people I met, or the program wouldn't have started for another 3 months. It was just like, and so I was like, okay. So after I did that, then another thought was like, okay, start going on auditions.
Wow.
So it was just like little moments where it's like,
Wow. I mean, you just go for it.
pretty
I mean,
much.
you don't. I mean, fear is a big part of people's reasons why not doing anything.
Mhm.
They won't try things. You know, you just doing them. That's pretty dope. I mean, because
Oh,
I mean,
fear's
for real,
awesome.
just I'm just gonna write a book. You know what I mean? Most people like, I want to have some training. I want to know some things. You know, I give you applause for that, because it's definitely tough to just get up and do things. It's taken me how long to write a book? I ain't gonna lie, but I've done. You know, I've went down several roads in my life myself. You know what I mean? I know how it is. You're right. You're not gonna find what you're gonna be for the next 50 years. It's gonna take time. You're gonna start off maybe doing something that you don't like. Then in 5, 10 years, you may try to do something differently and and change it up and switch it up. You know, so I know it's definitely a journey, and but to know what you have in front of you and what it's going to be like is what I'm trying to get him ready for, because it's, you have to be prepared. You can't, and people they don't tell you anything. Nobody gives you anything to help you out in this world. They just let you free once you're 18 and just, let you fail on your own.
But sometimes you kind of, I mean, I can't say, because sometimes I'm speaking, I'm like, I can't just do like a blanket statement
Right.
sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
because it's different for a person. That's definitely true.
yeah, but thank you for the applaud. But fear has been my enemy. um, so I had to overcome a lot of fears.
Yeah.
Like even when I first started, you should see me the first time I started to like write a poem, and I used to I actually did liturgical dance as well, and so and I used to go to the open mic with this long sheets of paper, just like
Wow.
reading. But I was so scared.
Right.
I was so scared
But you did it
because
though. So that's
I
all it's
would
about.
like, if you see my bones, it would be like, but it's like something in me like, you have to go. And part of me was like, I'm the only one talking about me. Like that's the word. If you
Right.
want me to talk about, okay, let me read a poem somebody else wrote, I can do that. But the
Wow.
fact that you're being vulnerable on stage,
That is tough. In
and
front of
it's
people.
like,
Yeah.
I don't know anyone.
Right.
So, and usually I want to figure everyone out first before I, expose myself. But
Right.
now it's like,
Yeah, man. You're on full
yeah.
exposure. We all get to see and hear, and you're a spoken word, right?
Yes.
Poetress, right? You like to do really deep meaning poets, right? And that have deep meaning. You love history and Black power. You know what I mean? I know that's important to you. What is all that based in? Your history on that? Is this being, because you're, what is it? Trelawney?
So I'm born in, I would say I'm not so much Black power. I'm just empowering humans. Um, but it's just I'm from Trelawney, Jamaica.
Okay, Trelawney.
Trelawney.
Okay.
Trelawney. Hold on. No, but so yes, originally from Trelawney, Jamaica. I have one of 10 siblings.
Right.
So I'm like number 9.
Oh, you will be way down on the list. I was just about to give you the woo woo.
One of 9.
Yes,
One of
I'm
10.
10.
You're one of 10? What number are you?
1.
Really? Looks like 15. She's like, I'm number 1. How old is the other one? Still in the womb?
No, they are young, but they had them all pretty close. So
no, that's cool.
Yeah, the youngest one, she's just about to turn 18.
Wow.
She'll be 18 in April.
All those damn kids.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's hey.
Well, how many like
the
boys
old
and
school.
girls? Like,
It's a mix.
it's a mix.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's more girls than boys, though.
We evened out. Like we have 5 and 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you said you're the second youngest?
No, I'm number 9. So there's like 8
Oh,
more
so
before me.
so you're the youngest.
Mhm.
Okay.
8 before me and like 1 under me.
Wow. Being the baby, huh? That's
They
it
say
has.
I'm spoiled, but I'm not.
Mhm.
Patrick asked, "Do we get to hear a piece?"
Ah, yes.
Yeah, let's do something quick for us. That'll be dope.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Ooh. There's so many I want to do. Since Patrick is suggesting, does he want to hear something inspirational or something a little bit more? No, I'll do this one. All right.
Nico said, "Wow, number 9. Damn."
All right. This talks about my process. All right. What if pens, inks, writing utensils were absent? The mere thought of conveying a message was distant. To what extent would you preach your message? What if your voice was silent and you could not use sign language? Would you bleed in order to simply leave an imprint? Would you self inflict and use your own blood on your fingertips to tell the world what's within like hieroglyphs? But that's not so. There are so many venues to express oneself that you hide the pens as if nothing exists because you are having a battle with self. One expresses, but the other likes silence. This is the battle of my spirit versus flesh. Poetry feels like taking a knife to my wrist. I etch words on paper, leaving mark like razors. Like a cutter, I feel the pain. Then afterwards, the endorphin kicks in. Then afterwards, the endorphin kicks in. Each line, each time, remind me that I still feel as I cover them only to repeat. As I cover them only to repeat, I was so discreet. Disconnected, jaded, believing that my presence had no meaning. I was hiding, seeking. If left unheard, it wouldn't make a difference. Just feeling insignificant, mumbling to myself, words bleeding. And fear wanted me to cover up my nakedness in Genesis. Instead of fig leaves, I was clothed with silence. Unlike Eve, I exposed my faults, my hurts, even after I sinned. I exposed myself not in a perfect state that many think it's in. I had deep emotional wounds that lurked in. Being emotionally neglected with gaping holes of emptiness, didn't know who I am, though known by my alias. If death was an appointment, I wanted to be on time for this. I couldn't stand to be alive because life felt so purposeless. These feelings like blood surface. When I put pen to paper or keys to fingertips, so recording my voice in brief clips, blood drips, no longer will I muzzle my lips. Exposed. It's like stepping in front of a mirror and seeing the marks all over me, making no apologies because God still loves me. See, it's smoothing every jagged line into calligraphy, each making a beautiful story of recovery. This is my therapy. No more feelings of low self esteem, insecurity, seeking validity, whether fat or skinny. If you will accept me, or if my verses were too superficial and you were looking for something deep metaphorically, I will make it plain and simple. I will not get lost in my words trying to use too many symbols. If need be, I will spoon feed as I bleed. Speak, bleed, no more internal hemorrhaging. Stripping myself of any tattoos, unnecessary covering. I stand naked as his art, his lyric, poetry.
Wow.
Thank you.
Damn.
It's amazing, girl. I love it.
Thank you.
And you definitely are a great writer, man. You can hear I can hear the music in your poem. You know what I'm saying? Like without the beat, you can still hear the
Yeah,
rhythm.
you
You know what I
can.
mean? Without
Got the comments going crazy. You got the comments going crazy. Elijah, Patrick, everybody over here going crazy.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
Do you do the cosmic cadence? You go down with them and do the spoken word stuff with them?
Yeah, so I do I've done Poetic Soul several times.
Poetic Soul, yeah.
Even home base.
Mhm.
And I'm actually planning to start my own.
That would be dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, kick it off. Let us know. 'Cause
Yeah, I
we'll come down.
definitely will. Yeah.
Come down and get some footage. You know what I mean? That would be
Mhm.
dope because you are definitely awesome. Are you should use I mean, I'm not telling you what you should do, but
I'll take suggestions. Go ahead.
I would definitely love to see you in some more movies and stuff. 'Cause I don't know, man. It was just something about just your visuals, just how I mean, you for real. I looked at it and I was like, that girl's an actress.
Yes,
Like you can see you can see it. Like
I
I see it. You know what I mean? I can see you in stuff. You know what I mean? Like I see it, man. Like you have it.
I
So
completely agree with you. Yes.
definitely.
Mhm.
I just looking at your IMBD, I was like, yeah, you know what I mean? She
Mhm.
looks good in the situations, and you can tell that you're a good actor. Even in spoken word, I tell her all the time, it's all about acting.
Mhm.
Spoken word and poetry. You have to be able to act out your words.
It's a performance.
Definitely it's a performance. And you have to bring people in with your performance, not just your words, because you can dry it out and people
Mhm.
won't even want
And
to
you can
listen to you.
sound. Sometimes people think that their voice is supposed to sound the same with each poem that they write, but
Right.
it's
You got to have
not.
some fluctuation.
You have to
Yeah.
you have to have feeling
Right. And know when
with
to put
each
that feeling
piece.
in.
Yeah.
And you're
And
really
when
good at that.
when the drama is supposed to come
Right,
in,
right.
when it's supposed to be sad and sentimental, and you're supposed to be able to know exactly when and how to draw your audience in with your tone of voice and how you're presenting the poem.
And that's what, as a musician, I was rapping, and that's what I tried to do. I probably wasn't good at it. I sucked. But but on the real,
At first, I'm gonna do something
you
okay.
have it, man. I really enjoyed the poem a whole lot. And who were some of your inspirations in poetry? Who were some of your people that you looked up to that you were like, you know what, she's dope or he's dope? Who were some of your inspirations you read up on?
Hi. Interesting. I have okay, this is gonna come off so bad. Sometimes my inspiration comes from people that's not good. It's like
It's like I could do better than
yes!
that, man. Dang.
I totally
And they're on
understand that.
TV. Damn. I could have did that. I could did that.
Sometimes I'm
dog.
like,
Right.
no, because you're so caught up with this has to be perfect.
Right.
And then
right.
you see garbage or you listen to the radio sometimes,
Mhm.
you're just like, I can do something like so
Yeah.
I get like this weird motivation of like,
Right.
don't worry about making things so perfect. Don't
Mhm.
make it so like, oh, it has to be this and
Right.
I'm like, listen to what you're listening to the radio right now. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like certain
Mm.
things are just like that, and sometimes that person took a chance.
Right.
Sometimes they're just like, okay, I'm gonna do this. But we're so caught up with mental processing and how, when, where, how, why.
Yeah.
Yep.
But a couple of my on that note, I want to see because I didn't know I'm new. I feel like I don't know to the extreme in the beginning, like
Mhm.
what poetry can take you
Right.
or where it can take you.
Definitely.
So I just started Googling people and I'm like, okay, I see like on Instagram, no, Rudy Francisco or someone or in LA. I've seen Rupi Kaur.
Okay.
Like I went to her performance and she had a whole I can't say concert,
Mhm.
but because she just did poetry readings and it was sold out.
Wow.
So it was just more of just like seeing what people at certain levels are doing.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, let me aim for that. Let me
Yeah.
aim for so it's just more of like because I come in at a level where it's like, okay, I know I'm good,
Mhm.
but where will this take me?
Right.
Or where can I take myself
Definitely.
or where? So it's just good to see people do. I'm like, oh, I
Yeah.
can do that. Oh,
And like you can do it, just like music, putting your poetry online and
mm-hmm.
people, being able to download the poetry and you doing it in your spoken word and people download it,
Mhm.
and that's good ideas.
I'm actually doing that right now
Yeah,
and
because
looking to add music to it.
the audios that especially hearing you and the way you do it is so well.
Mm-hmm.
People would love to hear that, and a album of that would be awesome. You know
It's
what I mean?
coming.
That would be awesome.
Like it's
Yeah,
definitely in the works.
yeah,
Yes.
man. So, what kind of music do you think musician do? Would you call yourself? Would you call yourself a R&B artist? You have a little hip hop in your poetry,
Mm-hmm.
believe it or not. Just the way you're dropping your lines and the way everything's rolling together. I already heard the hip hop in it. You know what I mean?
It's
So
funny.
yeah, just the way
Yeah.
your lines broke down. You know what I mean? I just heard it. So do you feel are you drawn in by hip hop, or is it more of a R&B Jamaican music vibe, Caribbean
I listen
island vibe?
to like okay, what I would consider myself at this point because I just started in this like I wrote song like I write a couple songs, right?
Hmm.
I wrote them already. And each of them have a different um vibe to them or a different beat or a
Right, right.
different even genre.
Hmm.
So I listen to so many things. Like I can listen to like Alanis Morissette to like
he's dope.
to like Beanie Man to like
Yeah.
Linkin Park to like.
Yeah.
So for me, it's and then right now the song I'm listening to is like by 1975. It's an artist named 19. It's a British artist.
Never sleep.
And the song is called Somebody Else. But it's just like I bounce
Yeah.
to different things. Like, okay, that song is good. Okay, I can do an Afrobeat song, and I'm over here listening to some classical music over here. So I don't really have a. I guess I'm not boxed in when it comes to just hip hop or anything of that sort because I'm also, and I don't gravitate per se to a lot if the words are not positive.
Yeah.
So for me, it's more than just, oh, it's a good beat.
Right.
Now it's like, okay, what am I saying about my life? Because words are powerful.
They are.
And so you're singing this song, but you're also speaking this over your life, whatever this is, you know?
That's real.
And so it's not like I'm against hip hop. It's just more of like, depending on what artist, what the words are saying,
That's real.
and it makes, that pulls me in or draw me away. Either, you know, so that's how I stand. Yeah.
We're going to go in the break here in a couple moments. As a strong Black woman, how do you feel about some of the words that's being said by some of the women nowadays on radio? Some of the songs that we have from some of the Cardi B's and the City Girls and the Glorillas and some of the things that's being said and some of these words that they don't think hold power and they don't think it's a big deal. What do you think?
I have a little backstory.
Let's
what do I think? No, because okay, this is gonna sound weird coming from me, and I don't know. Normal for me, but probably weird for you. So because I was born in Jamaica, right? There's a lot of times where I never start checking boxes off until I move to America.
Right.
Whether you're Black, so it's like I wasn't used to checking off if you're Black. So when you say Black woman, for me, it's like I don't want to box myself in, but I want to speak to a mass of, you know?
Right.
So it's more of like, yes, based on what form you come into this world, a lot of people can perceive that and put limitations on you when they feel like it or whatever it may be. But I don't want to put limitations on me and the masses I can reach.
That's real.
So even the lyrics when it comes to them talking about females and, you know, it's just more of like, it sells. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
It sells, and some of them are just going for what sells. And
Jamaica is one of those places too. I know it has some.
It has dancehall. Listen,
it has some fringe songs. That's
right. It's there too. So for me, it's not about like, oh, it's a Jamaican song, I have to listen to it. No, I'm still kind of like navigating some songs. In the same manner. So it's just more of like people are not taking responsibility for their words. That's how I see it. And as consumers, we're not putting that on them, and we're not taking on the responsibility for ourselves as well.
We're not holding the artist accountable,
or us being accountable for what we listen to.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's like a two-way street because you know how we have. I mean, Spotify is not the greatest place that artists are paid. I get it, but a lot of people use it, and so you have different avenues than what we had probably 10, 15 years ago.
Definitely.
So it's more of like, what are you listening to? What are you? And I also use music and listening to as eating. What are you eating?
Yeah, man, because definitely it's food for your mind.
Yeah, so either way, you're eating in some way or form, and it's like, as a culture, we're unhealthy.
That's right. Hey, that's for real. And
you know, she just need to write a book of quotes. Just like she said, there's food for your mind, but as a culture, we're unhealthy. That's great.
Yeah, man. And it's bars. We're definitely. I agree with you 100%, man. Because I mean, I try to tell people how I speak on how much our music and it's guiding us to these wrong places, and it's guiding our kids to these violent places, and we keep singing about this violence and thinking that it doesn't have any connotations to what's going on in our streets. You know, we think that no, it's a connection, bro. Now we at first when we started, you know, we were talking about, hey, this is what's going on.
Exactly.
Take a look. Now we're glorifying it. It's been 30 years we've been talking about it. Everybody knows.
That
and
this
now
is how it is.
Exactly. And instead of it 15 years in, us coming up with how can we fix it? it's on us, man. It's on our community. It's on us. And I'm a quick question I have though. Coming from Jamaica, some people have, certain stereotypes they have from Jamaicans, and they have certain things the way they think about Jamaican people. How do you fight those stereotypes coming to America? And have you seen anything that you felt, that you had in those stereotypes connected to you by being Jamaican?
I mean, people lately have opened different cultures. And even if I'm speaking of some artists, they flip to the accent and flip off the accent.
Right,
so it's
right.
like, so it's used to generate money as well.
Definitely.
And stereotype. One, I don't look Jamaican. Whatever that means. Then I don't smoke weed.
Right.
And my birthday is 4/20, and I'm from Jamaica.
I might have to give you a womp on that because I would be blazing. It would just be, be another reason to be burning a whole lot of trees.
So I feel like I don't fit any stereotype. No, but I just think it's funny. It's just like 4/20. I'm from Jamaica and I don't smoke. I just feel like it's sort of a triple threat. It's just like triple wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, for real. I mean, I see you don't like falling into those boxes. You don't like putting yourself in those. But a lot of people, they come here and they like, well, this is how people look at Jamaicans. This is how they see Jamaicans. So I'm gonna be,
Oh, but there's not usually negative stereotypes. Sometimes it's just like we are hardworking people.
There are
like
some
5 jobs.
There are some. I mean, because it's a tough island. It's a violent place. People are not. It's not a rich place.
It's not.
It's a lot of people come from there that they're struggling. You know what I mean? So it has some stereotypes. It's not as bad as Haiti gets it. You know what I mean? The Haitians get it really bad. You know what I mean? I hate. Especially if you go to Florida, they get it really, really, really bad. A lot of people really dislike Haitians in Florida. It's a big deal. So
Nico has one more question. My bad.
Yeah, for sure. Let's go. Let's see.
He says, "What's behind?" First. He said, "What's behind 420?"
Oh, he's not a smoker either.
Nico's.
Who is Nico?
She's just gonna call him. Oh, he's not a smoker either.
Nico's
so
from Kenya, know. So he's from Kenya, so he doesn't know. He doesn't know some of these things that we talk about. 420 is just
day to smoke gat. No,
yes, it was something
smoke some ganja.
I think it started in California, and these kids start getting high at 420, and it became this big thing. And now it's just like worldwide. Everybody, if it's 420 at time of the day, it's time to smoke. If it's 420 for the date, the 4th, what is it? April 20th?
Yeah.
Everybody, it's a big party.
When your oven gets
like
baked,
right? It's a marijuana holiday, Nico.
Yeah.
So he don't know. But he just got to America. How long? I think Nico just been here almost a year.
About a year.
Yeah. So
he get here at the same time I got here. Like got to Phoenix.
Yeah, something like that. He hasn't been here that long, man.
Oh,
so
cool.
He's learning a lot of things as it go on.
Like I'll say something, he'll be like. He'll look at me.
He's like translate culture for me. I don't know.
What do you mean by that?
He does it to me all the time, man. But yeah,
I don't know too much. Honestly, I don't know too much.
Too many of them.
Yeah.
But well, in Connecticut, you lived in New York. So
I lived in Connecticut. I lived in Massachusetts.
Did you go to Jamaica, Queens? Did you visit?
I lived in Brooklyn.
Right.
So
yeah.
Brooklyn is mini New York.
Yeah,
mini Jamaica.
So you traveled over. I know it's not that far away, right? A little subway trip away.
So Queens, yeah. There's tons, even in Flatbush. I lived on Flatbush in Brooklyn. It was like Jamaica. It was so it's a nice area.
Right.
Where I lived. There's a huge population of Jamaicans in New York, period. So it's Florida, New York, and Connecticut. That one of the big populations. I mean, outside the country, England and Canada,
Right.
But so it was very
like
comfortable.
home.
Yeah, it was like if I need some food, I walk to the store.
Yeah.
So it's just like
yeah, that's my boy. My homie was just saying you don't need a car out there at all. I wish we had it like that out here more.
I'm car shopping now. I don't want a car shop.
Man, they just made the whole rest of the country where you just have to have a car to go to do anything.
Yeah.
It sucks so bad. Let's take a quick break. We're gonna be right back with Safari Blake. Right, come on back to Habari Live. Don't go anywhere.
Please leave that remote down.
Welcome back. We got Safari Blake in the house, musician, poetry, artist, author, wear many hats, very, very talented. We're going to go into some news real quick. Tell people about your website and how they can follow you and how to contact you if they want to get you to come and do some spoken word or maybe be a actor in one of their movies.
Awesome. To find me, follow me, or buy anything from me to inspire yourself. SafariBlake.com. I'm also on Instagram and Facebook. You can also look me up on TikTok as well, Safari Blake. I need to post more. I have like one post, but follow me and encourage me. So, Safari Blake, all platforms.
Wow. That's crazy. You're so different than a lot of these people. They post selfies every 2 seconds.
I know. I feel like, oh my God.
I mean, I just can't do it. But I understand, the new age. That's how it is. That's how you get yourself out there. So,
that's true.
That's how you do it. So, real quick.
And now, this week's Habari News Weekly with Damon Dipling Ellison. Sponsored by...
No one. Let's go over some news real quick. If you have anything you want to put in on some of these situations, it's all good. We just talking, just discussing like we're in at home. We have my first story. We got the Title 42 court denies GOP states effort to continue Title 42 border expulsions pending appeal. The decision comes days after a large influx of migrants into El Paso, Texas. El Paso, man, is just like Phoenix. We get a lot of just like Arizona out there in Texas. They get a lot of migrants coming in, and it's tough, man. I was talking to somebody the other day. I wish that we would do more to help Mexico because we sit around, we cry about them coming here, and we don't want them here, but we do nothing to help the people and help the country to prosper. We don't put factories down there to help them work. We don't help them with their crime. We just ignore them and hope it goes away. It's not going to go away. I mean, we have to do something to help Mexico. I know you want to just put up a wall and ignore them, but that's ignorance. And we need to do something to help them instead of just keep on trying to do more to keep them there. Most of the people are coming from South America, and then they're putting a lot of strain on the Mexican people because they're not even from Mexico. They're coming up from these other countries in South America. And then we're saying we don't want them here, and we're making them stay in Mexico. And you know what I mean? It's not their fault. Mexico's fault. They're right next to us, and you know what I mean? So they get an influx of people also going through their places. And we never care about that or think about that either. You know what I mean? It's not just Mexicans that's coming. Most of these people are from, like I said, deep in South America. So I wish we would just stop doing this racist Trump era public health expel of all the migrants. I wish we would do more to help them. The U.S. District Judge Emmett Sullivan had previously set a December 21st deadline to end the protocols. And I guess this is for them to stay in Mexico, is what they're trying to make them do. with this Title 42. Um, a lot of people say, it's not right, and it's a health order, a public health nuisance. So I don't know, man. I just wish we would do something to help and just stop ignoring the problem. It's not going to just go away. This The policy known as Title 42 started in early weeks of the global pandemic and has since been used to expel migrants from the southern border more than 2.4 million times. Due to the rapid nature of the expulsions, which usually take place in a matter of hours, access to asylum and other humanitarian protections is sharply curtailed. So we've had, a lot of people are saying the border crossings are up, but we've been using this Title 42 and COVID and everything to turn everybody around immediately. So I don't know, man. I understand nobody wants to pay for everyone. We want it to be fair. We don't want it to be a stress on our taxes and our health system. I understand that, but if we wanted us to stop any of this, we have to go to Mexico and to South America and fix the core of the problem and stop trying to put band-aids on everything and hope that it goes away. We need to help these third world countries in on our side of the world. If we're helping them in Europe and Africa and some places, so we got to do more. We got to do more, man. We gotta do more. But next story, I got Harvard University appoints Claudine Gay as the school's first black president. So that's dope.
That deserves 2 round of applause.
It's crazy, man.
That we're still having to go through
First.
Thank you.
black.
Right,
Thank you.
first black.
I was just gonna be like, it's gonna have
Man, dog.
congrats at the same time. It's like we're still doing first.
Yeah, man, and people get mad. Why do you still talk about black? Why can't you just be president? Because she's the first.
Yeah.
If it wasn't, if it would be normal if this happened all the time.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But anyway, Claudine Gay will serve as Harvard's 30th president. 30 of them. The university announced Thursday Gay is the first person of color and the second woman to hold the only 2 women. So it's been another woman, so the woman can't be celebrated. You see what I'm saying? Once you knock them
The
off,
first, then it's like,
then you don't have to say it anymore.
Right.
She was born to Haitian immigrants. Gay received her PhD in government from Harvard in 1998. She is also the recipient of the Toppan Prize for Best Dissertation in Political Science, according to the Harvard Gazette. Since 2018, Gay served as Dean of the Faculty of Arts and Sciences. She's also a leading scholar of political behavior, considering issues of race and politics in America, and is the founding chair of the Inequality in America Initiative and the multidisciplinary effort launched in 2017. Gay is preceded by current Harvard President Lawrence S. Bacow, who announced in June that he would be stepping down. I am humbled by confidence that the governing board have placed in me and by the prospect of succeeding President Bacow in leading the remarkable institution, Gay said in the Harvard Gazette. We're really proud of her and her and that, and I want my daughter to look up to women like this, man, and become a leader, and especially of somebody that's such a prestigious institution as Harvard.
It's Harvard, right?
You know what I mean? So that's really really dope, man.
yeah.
And moving on, we got downtown Phoenix, man. The encampment down there, man. It's really, really sad, man. It's just sad, bro. What?
Elijah said, breathe, Dip. So flustered. Ha ha ha. Big ups. A first is always something to celebrate.
Breathe.
Whatever, man. I'm sick of celebrating first. It's 2023, man.
Yeah.
You know? But anyway, we got the Phoenix. They're sweeping the homeless people, the encampments downtown. They're kicking the people out. They're conducting sweeps. They're cleaning people out down there.
So where do they put them?
They don't care where they go. They just want them out.
Mm.
So this state is pretty bad. Is what they're doing to the homeless. Laws have been putting in. Don't help the homeless. Don't feed them. Don't give them money. That's all that we've been doing. We're not doing anything to give them places to go. No options. We're not lowering rent. We're not coming up with affordable housing options. We're just tearing down stuff and putting in laws to tell them to go away. Mm-hmm. And it's horrible what Phoenix is doing, man. And we need to do better. Mesa, they had the hotel that they're thinking about doing. I think that was Mesa, right?
Yeah.
And the Phoenix needs to follow. It's terrible. If you're gonna you want the encampment gone, give them an option. I mean, it's pretty simple.
Or it turns like LA.
We're gonna have a Skid Row, and that's what it's turned into.
That's what it started. Skid Row was just like
grew. And it just grew, and they just ignored it. Now it's a city.
Yes,
right. It's its own town. It's so big, filled with homeless people, and because these people who call themselves liberals don't want to lower rent and have affordable rent because everybody care about their pockets and how much their homes cost more than having people having an actual home.
Elijah said, "I'm working in Levine lately. It looks like the homeless people population is growing around there."
Well, I mean, they've been pushing people to Levine for a while. They most of the Section 8 is going out to Levine. That's what they're trying to push people to
in Maryville.
So that's what they're doing. So the poor people are going to be out there, and they just push them out to Levine. And we'll take back downtown and the areas that are nice, and y'all go out to Levine and be out there in the suburbs. It's crazy what's happening because they're trying to put the poor people in the suburbs and switch the rich people back to the city.
But that's usually every 30, 20. I always say that. It's every year, it's just like checkers.
Yeah, just moving around. But it's about real estate. It's about money. You know what I mean? The real estate in the suburbs is not as not as good as the city in the middle of the city. And then they're realizing that it's better to be in the middle of the city when you don't need all this transportation and cars. You can have everything right there, and you can walk. And you don't have to do all these things, and gas is so expensive. So,
but that's also that's also part of America's fault and different states.
Yeah, building all these highways and streets everywhere.
They didn't build the city or the suburbs to be walkable.
Well, and
like the heart of the city,
and they didn't put any trolleys or trains. We was talking about this at work. They show Europe how many trains and trolleys they have compared to America. We have none. It's terrible.
But in other countries, their trains and trolleys run every 10,
That's what I'm
15
saying.
minutes.
Right.
They run more frequently than they do
like,
here.
Why don't we have any?
Hours take an hour or half hour, 30 minutes to an hour before
your light rail is
run.
like, I call it your because I'm still new to Arizona. Right. Like, it's not even mine yet. It's still yours. No, but it's just a light rail. Like in New York, that's the only thing I like about New York. One of the main things is just the train system. I mean, it's wonky. They need to upgrade it, honestly.
Definitely.
But because of the fact that you can hop on a train, I lived in Brooklyn, worked in Manhattan, hopped on a train right in where I lived, land me almost to right where I work. Right. It was just like I had a car.
The convenience of it. It's so much easier.
Oh my God, I didn't even need the car. Like
right. It's I mean, the price of gas would be bearable. We can't even afford gas. We can't afford to fix our cars. It's so expensive.
The other day at Costco, gas was like $2.90.
Well, you gotta have a Costco card. We do, but you gotta be a member.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, you can't just walk up in.
Costco's really is always packed though. Like they
because
they always have the best prices for their gas for their
people
members.
Know you better be a member because that's how you gonna save that money.
Like I used to walk by Costco to go to work. And like the lines be long.
Yeah, it's you got to go at certain times.
Yeah, you got to go when they first open in the morning, about 6, 7 o'clock when the gas station first
go
open.
About 6 or 7.
Before they close.
Right before they don't go in the middle because it's fucking ridiculous.
I'm looking in it. Like I'm just before I came here, I was at the dealership. Like I'm looking for an electric car. I said I'm looking for something. I don't want I don't even want a car, and I'm like so grumpy going there, and I'm like. Why do I have to get one of these? I was like,
this sucks, man.
Because I don't want payments. I don't want.
Who don't? That's what I was gonna say. If you can buy it, because I hate car dealerships. I try to buy all my cars. I hate car dealerships so much. I just like dealing with normal people, and I'll buy my cars from some grandma. That's how I like doing my.
But I want to go electric though.
Me too.
So I'm like test driving a couple.
What you thinking? You like Tesla?
I'm not going Tesla.
I don't like Elon Musk anymore. I ain't going Tesla anymore either. You get on my nerves, man.
No, nothing's wrong. I just hear that after a while, it's very expensive if you need to replace the battery.
Yeah.
Then I'm looking at I'm like publicizing these people like they're paying me, but like I'm looking at a couple options here. If no one's paying me, I am not publicizing you.
Hey.
But yeah, no, but several couple in a new making, like mid range, mid range.
Yeah, Chevy has some options. The Volt and the Bolt.
Toyota had a couple of options, I believe.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's options out here. Yeah. So I would definitely.
But then Bezos was like, don't buy a car. So I don't know. Like,
I don't like buying cars. Like I said, I don't like paying payments is my problem. Yeah. I just buy it.
No one likes bill. That's the verdict.
That's real, man. No one likes no damn bills. But however, the judge says the injunction does not stop the city from carrying out enhanced cleanup plans in the zone, the name given to the area where the homeless often camp out. So they still can clean, but they can't do their sweeps of picking up people. They were enforcing sleeping and camping bans, and anyone who cannot attain a bed or a shelter, they also cannot seize property unless it is contraband or somehow a threat. So they were taking the people's property. It looked like they were just enforcing them to leave and banning them from the area.
Wow.
So they weren't doing anything to try to help the people. They just were taking them out. The ACLU says the sweeps have displaced people and destroyed important belongings, such as identification documents, prescription medications. Previously, the city of Phoenix conducted sweeps 3 times a week, dispatching city workers accompanied by police officers, often in the pre-dawn hours without warning. So these people sleep and they come in there and just start tearing down their homes and tearing down all their stuff and throwing all their stuff away. Instead of coming in there and saying, hey,
wake up.
We have somewhere for you to go.
Right.
I feel like
come on, let's go. We're going to take you somewhere.
Right.
But social services, they need, I don't know what, I'm still like getting a better understanding, but they need social services.
Yes.
And all I can say is it's not comparable to LA.
Right.
So they still have a chance of actually
getting it together.
Yes.
Before we get like LA. Because it's so bad out there.
But as you can see, we already have a name for it.
Yeah,
the zone.
The zone, yeah.
So
the zone.
It's not good, man.
So it's like they need services because they still have to adjust to even going back to, you can't, even if you give some, I had a conversation like this yesterday with someone, and it's just like, okay, you give someone a new home, doesn't mean they're going to learn how to maintain it. So you still need them to adjust to the living and how, social services, whatever.
They need to acclimate.
And mental health services and all that. So it's just more of like to help them acclimate into the living environment.
We as Americans, for some reason, we're very anti when it comes to helping each other, when it comes to mental health and issues when it comes to people losing their home. We're just not with it for some reason. We'd rather spend our tax money on roads, anything else but helping another person. And I just, I've always been a person that's against an advocate for helping. We need healthcare for everyone. Let's vote for it. Let's get it going, man. I don't understand why we are so against it. It would save us money in the end. We're hurting ourselves trying to be selfish and trying to hurt people, thinking that, oh, maybe my money gonna go to somebody else. And that's the way we think. But if we help each other, our healthcare will go down.
That, and I also think too, medications shouldn't be for profit.
I mean, period. It shouldn't be for profit. The profit should be on the back end to the government. We should never see any of that. Yep. They should have deals with the government. That's where they make their money. We shouldn't see that. And those things, that's what I'm saying. It's
the doctor's office shouldn't have a special relationship with the pharmaceutical company.
Right. They shouldn't have any commercials saying, go see your doctor about this.
That should be, that's banned in most other countries.
It is banned because we're the consumer now being brainwashed basically by marketing and whatnot.
Saying that we need
the commercial told me to come see you because
and that's why people do it. They come to the doctor telling them that they need a medicine that they saw on commercial that they don't even need.
And then
but the commercial has made them feel they need it.
Like the opioid crisis with
that's propaganda for
Oxycontin and all these other medications.
And you know, that was part of the problem of people pushing things for a profit. They was pushing Oxycontin for a profit. They was pushing Percocets for profit. For they can put money in their pocket because this is a capitalistic society. And we have to take things like healthcare and death away from people to make money. You shouldn't be able to profit from these things.
Right.
You shouldn't be able to profit from death.
Somebody else's
you shouldn't
life.
be able to profit from someone's bad healthcare or bad health decisions.
Right.
But we do. That's how we do it. And we're one of the only countries that do this.
And you know,
and it's dumb.
It was only about 2 years ago that a law or bill came out that required all hospitals across
just to put their prices and stuff.
To put their price
because
transparency
everything is different.
One line.
It's different for every hospital.
But not every hospital has completed doing that yet.
Charge you $67 a Q-tip. Some $3. Like it's no straight. There's no saying that hey, this has to cost this. It's the Wild West. They do what they want to.
And you know,
it's trash.
When it comes to healthcare and costs and things like that, the most expensive part is your imaging.
Right.
That's like where you got to go get your lab work.
Yeah, your lab
CT
work.
scan or a PET scan.
Oh, that shit costs lots of money.
That's where the hospitals get you. That's where they get you. Because I can go over here, for example, I'm going to go to this one on Bell Road. This one right here is going to charge me $150 for MRI and includes the reading, which means that the physician is going to tell me what they saw on that report for $150 flat.
Yeah, because he had, how much money he had to go to school to learn.
If I go down here or if I go up here to Apache Junction and go to the hospital, that bill is now $350.
Right.
And it does not include the reading. So that means I got to pay an additional amount just for the physician to tell me what they saw.
And they can charge whatever they want. They don't, there's no rules from what they can charge and not charge.
Yep.
But let's move on to this.
I do plan to live outside the country. I won't lie.
Hey, man. Hey, sometimes it's the best option.
I won't lie. Because there's just certain things there's universal healthcare in so many places.
Many places.
We're still so advanced, but still so backwards.
Yeah.
And so it's just more of like, now I'm like, do I want to live here? Where do I see myself? Because a lot of times people think, oh, America, this is it. And it's like, see what other places can actually possibly suit your lifestyle.
Right. It's gonna be
there's a lot of greatness here. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah.
So I don't want to undermine. It's just more of saying what suits or benefits you in other areas.
It might be other places that they may be better for you. And if you, hey, look, I just think that if we was to do universal healthcare, it would fix so many problems.
It would.
So many issues that we have,
including mental health.
So many. But we got a man with a knife shot while running away from Phoenix police officers. They released the body cam video, which shows the officer shooting a suspect armed with a knife as he ran away earlier in this month in Phoenix on December 3rd at 9:30 a.m.
So in broad daylight.
Yeah.
He running away from the police.
He said he was being threatened by a man called saying that he was being threatened by the gentleman, 53-year-old John Torp, who was carrying a knife. He was homeless. And when the gentleman called 911, he let him know that. The surveillance video from nearby businesses also shows Thorpe throwing something at a man riding his bike across the street. Police arrive and find Thorpe near 29th Avenue and Thomas Road. As two officers pull up, he begins to run away. The officers jump out of the patrol car and kill him.
That's good.
So that sounds almost exactly similar to the Walter Scott story. Remember when he was running away from the police and the police shot him in the back and killed him in South Carolina or North Carolina?
I think there's too many incidences.
But that just sounds just like he's not a threat to you. He's running away.
I don't know, man. I don't get it, man.
And y'all just get out the car and just shoot.
But you're also like, even when you say mental health, what popped in my head too? Like, I've been thinking about this one because the police need mental health care. Because
they should have mental health care staff.
That should be a requirement.
And
it can't be someone that's just that's working. When someone is in the system, working for the system, you can't get a doctor that's just paid by the police.
Right.
You need an outsider.
An outside source.
So it's just like because you have people grow up with all these certain mindsets, stereotypes, whatnot.
Right.
And then you go into a field where all you see is a negative and horrible sides of people sometimes.
Right. Yep.
And so you already approach a situation already expecting certain things or assume it's going to end a certain way. So it's just more of like, and then they have like the horrible rates when it comes to like domestic abuse.
Yeah, horrible. Yeah, they're bad.
Yeah. So it's like,
I think they solve what? Maybe 70, 60%?
60, 50s.
Half.
Not even half. It's something low. It's really low.
All I'm saying is just mental health care needs to be all around.
Definitely.
And it just needs, because I was just
able to walk into a mental health care facility just like I do the grocery store and go in and say, I need help.
Yeah. Yeah. And look, you see this is a homeless person. So you see that it's the problems compound.
Right.
You have the problem that he's homeless, he's on the streets, and instead of someone getting him help, we let him go out here. Now he's doing something crazy and he's got a knife and we should have got him help a long time ago before it even got to this point.
And it goes back to the homelessness,
right?
Because a lot of them mental health issues. And it's like, so even I used to work. Oh gosh, I have so many jobs. But I used to work at a call center for suicide hotline.
Right.
It used to be like an emergency hotline. Someone could call, my cat's missing. To the point is, I'm gonna jump off our building. Like you don't know what the phone call is gonna be. But we were also trained to send out crisis vehicles to the scene, whatever it is, because you have to send out these people that are trained to de-escalate situations. Of course, if there needs to be an accompaniment of a police or whatever it may be, but they're not trained in mental health.
No.
So you can't go solve a mental health crisis with a gun.
That's real. And that's what they do.
Every time.
And every rip. And instead of them, in this situation, they knew the man was homeless.
Yeah.
Instead of them bringing some mental health professionals with them, they go down there. Let's go get this guy and take him out. It's the mind state is just it's just.
That's
silly,
what I'm saying. It's just
it's ignorance. You have any stories?
Yeah, I do.
Entertainment news.
This week, a Valley teen paid it forward by delivering Christmas to a dozen foster kids.
That's dope.
To dozens of foster kids, excuse me.
That's dope.
Savannah Burke was a foster kid and was provided gifts from similar programs when she was when she was a child.
Right.
So her and her mother, her adoptive mother, because she was born, her birth mother was in prison, which is the reason why she became ward of the state and got a hold of these programs and was a part of these programs. But anyway, her and her mother, they connected with a Rayetta Sanchez and ACDCS's Giving Tree program.
Okay.
And what they were able to do was collect and complete the wish list of 55 foster children.
Dope.
And was able to deliver the presents wraps for the children.
That's cool, man.
So they can get Christmas.
Yeah, man. That's cool.
I mean, it is. I mean,
that's
programs
why I hate
like
Christmas,
that.
And I ain't gonna lie.
Programs like that are really good because I myself was part of programs like that as a kid.
Those programs are dope, man. But
and when you grow up and you see everybody else and you're in a home that these are their kids and their parents are buying stuff for them, and you're like, well, who's getting something for me?
Nobody.
Right.
Shut the fuck up.
But no, for real. That's literally how those
nobody.
That's how those kids feel.
Wait a minute. That got aggressive.
No, it's not funny, but you're right. You're right.
No, for real.
This was a nice Christmas story. Nobody. Shut the fuck up.
Christmas not real.
Not kids.
But no, that's for real how those kids feel.
No, I understand. No, it's real.
So for
humbug, push the baby.
to be able to do that for other children is a good thing. So
for real, man. It's dope, man. I just wish that Christmas wasn't about gifts and presents and stuff, man. I just wish it wasn't, man. It just makes the poor people just feel like they're poor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, not only that, it's just that when you're in foster care,
It's even worse.
I know. I understand.
You feel more left out.
I know. I get it.
So when you're watching other people,
Even it doesn't even matter. You can just be poor. My mother don't have it. I mean, that's why she was like, "Fuck it, we Jehovah's. We ain't." I'm too broke to be Christian this year.
I really understand what you're saying. So I understand. It's different levels and different dynamics.
right?
So you're coming from a place of like they already feel neglected.
Right. They already feel neglected.
They already feel at a disadvantage, and plus they don't get any gifts. And you're just like, and you're saying at least you're with your family.
That's real.
But you don't have money.
That's real.
So I hear the different dynamics and different levels. So yes.
Man, I wish we were more grateful for the things that they talk about on the TV shows, that the love and the caring, just being around your people. And
but that's what foster kids get more of.
People don't care.
But
what the hell you give me for Christmas?
That's what people don't realize is that people who actually grow up in foster care, those are the type of people that actually feel like
left
those
out.
movies.
In
the movies like the love and all those goody Christmas movies.
Right.
That's how those foster kids feel when they actually
But
get
we want to let them
and
know, foster kids, if you're listening out there,
you are loved.
You are loved.
Right.
And it's all fake.
Oh my gosh. Mine is real. You are loved.
You don't have to. When you see these movies and you see the family all getting along and everybody,
this ain't a Hallmark movie.
That's not how it works.
This is not a Hallmark movie.
My family does not like each other. Everybody hate each other guts.
Oh my
when we get together, they all cuss each other out. It's not as fun as it looks.
It's not. Look, this is what you hear. What you doing here? What you want?
Bad, bro.
I was like, I'm one of 10. There's so many dramas. There's so many dramas.
All drama, man.
So
exactly.
You must want something. What you want? You won't never come to my house.
Right. So
but it's good to even know that you have a family that you don't like. Some people don't have a family to begin with. That's real.
So be grateful you have someone. You do have a family. Be grateful you have somebody you don't like, because some people don't have that.
That's for Uncle of me, kind of. Depending on what day it is.
I love you. Or even create your own definition.
That's for real.
Yeah. So sometimes you just like choose
create your own traditions.
Yeah, because I moved out here. All my family is in Illinois. Mm-hmm. So I moved out here. I always kicked it with my friends for Thanksgiving and Christmas and all those things. So we would always do Friendsgiving and Christmas with homies, and we would sit around and chill, and we get each other. We wouldn't get each other gifts.
It says
just roll blunts.
Like you said, Dip cares for people, but Christmas.
I know I suck when it comes to Christmas. What we got? What you got?
Moving on. We can go on into the hot mess for this week.
Okay, let's do it.
Now that's a hot mess. Get ready for the week's Hollywood hot mess with Iesha Rowan.
But before we do start the hot mess, I do want to go ahead and put out there, rest in peace to Stephen Twitch Boss.
Yeah, man. That's
he was found earlier this week in a hotel room.
Suicide.
Dead of suicide.
You never know,
gunshot inflicted wound.
And they showed a picture of him 24 hours before that, of him dancing online.
Yeah, he
was with his family.
He created a TikTok with his wife.
Yeah.
24 hours before. And I mean, I actually watched that video the day before it happened.
But the thing is that I just want you to know, all people to know, that video is just that. You can't, just because you see someone
social
online
media is
happy and it doesn't mean that they're happy for real. Stop taking social media to heart.
Oh, seriously.
Don't think that, oh man, I wish I had his life. You don't know his life. It's just a video. Just watch it and keep rolling. Stop looking at it and comparing your life to theirs, because you don't know.
And that's his brand, to dance.
Right.
That's on brand. So he's that's how he generates money.
That's literally how he got famous, was dancing.
Mm-hmm.
So
what's the sad part?
The sad part was like him and his wife just celebrated their 9-year anniversary.
Yeah,
like a day or two before that.
2 beautiful kids, right?
3. Yeah.
So just so, man,
I'll be honest. I want to know what's in that note. I'm like,
the note, he did leave a note behind.
Sad.
But for people who are experiencing mental health issues or are going through or experiencing suicidal thoughts, you can dial 988. Talk to someone.
Yeah, man.
It helps to talk to someone.
Yeah. That's real. What's the hot mess?
Hot mess this week, moving on, sorry for that, is we're just going to go with the DC universe in general.
Give them womp. Sorry, we need one.
They really do deserve it. They're the hot
when I heard this,
week.
excuse my French, but that pissed me off when I heard. I was like, oh,
because to me,
doing over there?
What the fuck are they doing? This week it's come out that fans of Henry Cavill's Superman are facing even more grim news as the supposed cameo featuring the Man of Steel in DC's upcoming film has reportedly been cut.
And they took out Wonder Woman.
And they also took out Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman
and they talking
cameo.
about Aquaman fired.
Yes. DC is completely
they're just scrapping everything.
They scrapping everything, man.
They scrapped it all.
They probably want to start like taking notes from Marvel.
Yeah, that's.
But the thing Marvel was doing, they were listening to the fans,
right?
And they literally, they right.
But it's not so much listen to the fans. They actually had a whole setup for over 10-year period.
Right.
Yes.
James Gunn is trying.
He's trying.
But
right.
I don't really like Marvel. Get on my nerves, but that's a whole nother story.
So according to the Hollywood,
no.
So according to the Hollywood Reporter, sources have said that the announcement for Henry Cavill's appearance in The Flash, that it's been cut. The Flash movie is supposed to debut in June of next year, and so has Gal Gadot's. But they're saying that the plot for The Flash is still kept under wraps, but it's been rumored that Ezra's Barry Allen will travel through different DC universes, possibly meeting Michael Keaton's Batman.
That was confirmed. He's in it.
And what they're also saying is interesting is Gal and Henry's Justice League characters, even though they're canned, Ben Affleck's version of Batman is still slated to be in the film.
Here's what doesn't make sense. They completely scrapped Henry Cavill, but they kept Ezra Miller after all that stuff that happened.
And they keeping Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so confused. Dude, I'm so confused, dog. I'm not spending $1 with you people, dog. That's what I'm telling you.
It's so bad.
You ain't getting one red cent of my money, DC, because y'all, you don't know what you're doing. You suck.
The writing sucks.
It all sucks. It just
like
sucks.
I remember the last Wonder Woman I watched. I fell asleep.
So bad.
I don't even. That was oh my god, it was garbage.
And Chris Pine came in. I'm like, what are you doing here? Anyways, I just like,
aren't you dead? I thought you died.
Been dead.
That's so dumb.
For like hundreds of years, because ain't Wonder Woman supposed to be like 500 something years old?
My issue with Wonder Woman is like she's like a Superman,
right?
But they still don't want to like for her powers. She's like a freaking super,
right.
Amazonian freaking half god. I don't know what the hell she is, but like,
she's a bunch of different stuff.
Right.
She came from the dustest, but the point like,
right. But the thing is, she just sat there.
She was made by the gods.
Yeah,
it was just like you have.
I didn't get it.
Yeah, it was like you have so much power, but over the years you've done nothing.
Nothing.
You've been pining over Chris Pine. Like you've been like what? Like
working in a museum.
I'm in love. She's in love. She's in love.
Whoa!
You mourn and you move on after hundreds of years. Okay,
right.
I don't know, man. They just don't make her.
That was like 40 years later.
They don't make her.
That was like only like 40 years.
I know.
Right?
40 years later, she's still
pining over the same dude that's dead.
40 years. Come on, man. Wonder Woman can't get some new penis. Come on. What is going on? Anyway,
she just
ain't never been a black man.
We know Superman ain't never getting another new booty either because he's saving Lois Lane every time.
Lois ain't even that bad, bro.
Lois is trash.
Lois ain't even that bad. Look, take a page out of Batman's book. The only one girl that keeps repeating.
He don't.
Batman
keep,
has mental health illness.
The same chick.
No.
There's only two girls that he probably, and that was Talia al Ghul. And that was
and
Catwoman.
he messed
That's
with
it.
Them
But he
the two
don't
he
stay
mess
with
with
him
the
though.
most.
No.
No, he don't.
He'll lock him
He'll
up.
just
He'll
mess
put
with
him
him
away.
and
He
keep
don't
on
care.
going.
Hey, you thought I was feeling you.
That man's crazy too.
Put him in the
But
asylum.
Like,
So-
no, because all his villains are mental health issues. Like,
That
you
is
realize
true. That's for
he
real.
himself is like suffering from PTSD. Like,
Yep.
it's just everything. I'm like, how about you use all that money
Right.
and go like help
somebody.
help
He did.
Gotham.
Arkham Asylum.
He just beat people up, man.
Help
And put him in
Gotham.
that right.
He did Arkham Asylum. I think no. He paid for Arkham City.
I don't-
He did
Wah,
Arkham
wah.
Comic
City.
Book
Right.
Corner.
Look, this is all Batman. If you think about it, somebody like Jeff Bezos, or you know what I'm saying, any one of them dressed up as a bat, going around beating people up, dressed up as a clown. You lie, bro. You kind of got a screw loose right now.
Right. We got the trailer for Spider-Verse 2 came out this week. Did you see it? Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
It was cool.
It was alright.
It was all right. I don't know where they're going with all these spider people, man.
I just don't like Sony doing Spider-Man movies.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
it's
a
just,
hater too. But so I didn't really get too much from it. You know what I mean? It didn't look that great to me. It will be coming out June 2nd, 2023. And we have a lot of people who was in it. Kaluga? I forgot. I can't pronounce his name right. I always mess it up. But the writers, Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, are back, so it should be good, man.
They
I don't know. I'm just looking at what they've shown us so far. I'm not too pumped about it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Spider-Man in that movie.
I know it's too
Yeah.
many.
There's
But they
the,
were also saying
Insomniac
too-
and
I
the one from the game. He's
Yeah,
in there.
it's too many, bro.
they were saying
Spider
a lot of
Wolf,
them could have
Too
just
many.
been
Spider Cop.
duplicates with just different colors.
No, all of those things.
They're all different.
Everybody in there
It's a different
is
universe.
is from something, either the video game, the
Yeah.
comic book, the cartoon, something.
Is this the one with the?
Miles Morales.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Mhm.
So it's gonna have Miles in it, which is pretty dope. So, but you know, he's with Gwen or whatever's going on.
They've always been dating in the comics,
So,
though.
really,
Yeah, they've always been together in the comics.
I don't even
Got
like.
Jungle
I just
Fever.
don't. I just don't like the Spider Gwen
Yeah,
character. man.
like I just said, I'm anxious to see what they do with Miguel the far future Spider-Man. He's more of a vigilante.
Yeah, and they had the 2099. They had that dude huge, man.
Yeah, they did.
And they people did say he is more of a vigilante.
He's buff.
So he looked like Venom. I'm like, man, what's going on? But anyway, we'll see what's going on, man. They say it's supposed to be tough. Seems like he's gonna be fighting the 2099 Spider-Man. I'm guessing because dude probably want to kill the guy instead of being a nice person like Miles want to be. So we'll see. I don't like the villain. I think it's the hose,
The dot,
the spot,
the spot, something.
something stupid, dog. They could have kept that.
They got the worst
They could have that. Yeah,
names for villains.
I mean, they could have picked. They could have picked someone else. I mean, that's terrible. But they wanted to do something to get into the multiverse,
Yeah.
so they have to pick somebody that can
can-
do different dimensions.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
dude can do that. So whatever. But let's get on. We're gonna go take a break, and we're gonna come back and play the game.
Comic Book
Talk about
Corner.
sports.
Yeah.
Wrong. Say what? Oh
Talk about
yeah.
sports real quick.
Oh yeah. Let me do sports real fast.
And then we got some movie suggestions for this week too while we're talking
We'll do
about
that on the way out.
Yeah.
But the Suns suck.
The Suns suck. The Suns suck.
Cardinals suck.
Golden State sucks. Lakers suck.
Man.
Wait, who won the
What
World
the-
Cup?
I think it's
Was
gonna
it?
be between France
It's-
and Argentina.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so France and Argentina are the final two teams. I learned this year how much I don't like soccer occur. But
Soccer is so boring.
dog,
That's
can't
how I
do it.
feel about American football. Like,
Nah, I can't do
But
it.
like we score, they
But-
don't. It's
but
just
it's
running
like-
back and forth.
that's how I feel. Like football, you get hit every 2 seconds.
Yeah,
The ball is there for the next 45 minutes.
right.
And it's like a bunch of grown men in tights. Like, I don't-
That's how
I
people feel
mean,
about our football.
Yeah, that's how. But like soccer, just a bunch of grown men in short shorts.
Just
but
running
they're
around.
kicking the
athletic
ball.
as hell. But
Like,
I don't
they
know.
So is
like-
basketball
They never
players.
score. They never even.
I'd
get the
rather
first
watch
base.
basketball.
Yeah, basketball.
Like, it's
I
just
think
more
basketball is
engaging.
Yes,
have the
basketball's
most
the best.
athleticism.
I think basketball is to me the best to watch because it's constantly scoring. It's constantly.
You never know.
I'll
what's
be
gonna
more
happen.
specific. College basketball.
Yeah, you like
in
college?
person.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, because the spirit of the students and the feeling, the aura.
It's like they're fighting for something. Now, like when you go to like I went to like a couple NBA
Soccer or
games.
baseball, which is more boring?
Yeah,
That's what Elijah asked.
It is kind of.
It's like dunk. I still get millions whether or not I make
right. Yeah.
Elijah, soccer is. He said soccer or baseball, which is more boring.
Ooh.
Soccer is more boring.
Oh gosh, baseball.
I can get with baseball. I can understand baseball.
Baseball is boring.
It is boring,
especially when it's hot.
It's boring.
So you're hot and tired and bored.
but since I played baseball more than I played soccer, I would go with soccer is more boring.
But I
to
played
me,
softball and I still.
baseball.
No, I play
definitely
softball.
boring, man.
No.
It's boring. But the Suns have lost every game damn near since Chris Paul. Since Kanye tweeted that Chris Paul was sleeping with Kim Kardashian.
That threw him off.
That Kardashian curse.
Yeah, man. We lost every game.
Got in his head.
We didn't lost every game. We lost to Houston, man.
How you lose to Houston?
Houston.
The only person they only have Jalen Green.
Man, we lost to New Orleans twice. Bad.
Zion been hooping though.
And they was dunking all on us. Then we want to fight.
Hey.
we want to beat the dude up because we lose and they out there 360 dunking on him.
He did a 360 windmill, I think he did. Man, first of all, this is what I'm gonna say. I don't think y'all winning that fight with Zion.
Man,
Zion huge,
bad,
bro.
Man. It's all bad. It's all. I hope
LeBron
we
and them.
They don't want no smoke.
I don't know
Did they
what's
lose? The Lakers lost last night, right?
Nah, they beat. I think they beat Denver. The Lakers have been playing better.
Anthony Davis hurt his ankle again.
Unfortunately, yeah, he did get hurt, so it's probably going to go right back down here. So let's take this quick break, man. We're gonna come back and play the game and get up out of here.
Habari Entertainment Films present There's Only One Name for News with Damon and Iesha. Habari Live Podcast. Habari Entertainment. A race against time. On a quest for glory. Habari News Weekly, HabariEntertainment.com. Catch us for more. Visit us, HabariEntertainment.com.
That's far.
Comic Book Corner.
Welcome back. I hit the wrong button. It's not Comic Book Corner. So let's go ahead and get the game going.
Let's get ready to play trivia for loot.
Sorry, I suck.
Sponsored by.
How's everybody's week this week?
Nobody.
No one. No
if
sponsors.
you would like to sponsor us, an episode or a segment, please email us at info@habarientertainment.com. We do work with all budgets.
Hit us up, man. Become a sponsor. Help us out. We'll help you. You know.
How's everybody's week this week?
Horrible, Jimmy.
Oh, that's what's up. I passed all my finals. Yay!
Yay! Hey, we need you to graduate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I passed all my finals.
Go to college and become a biology major, like Blake over here.
All right.
Luckily, that American history test, like 100.
We celebrating him getting a D+, y'all.
So I passed. I got a 98 on that test, though.
So I pass is the sentence of a D+ person. Every time.
Right.
I passed this time. I mean, that's
all right.
I barely made it.
Moving on. All right, Miss Lafari. So in Trivia for the Loot,
Good
there
luck.
are a total of 10 questions.
What do I win?
If you get 7 out of 10 questions correct, we will donate to your charity of choice.
Oh, nice.
All right? Ready? Question 1. Jimmy.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Get out of TikTok.
I'm not on TikTok.
Or get off the tablet.
I'm not on my tablet.
Yes,
Anyway,
you are.
that's besides the point.
Question 1 is, what is the name of the poem John Keats wrote to a singing bird?
What the fuck?
Tweet.
What?
You have no clue.
That would be an ode to a nightingale.
What?
Oh.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of this shit. What is going on?
Wuthering Heights recounts the tragic romance between which two lovers?
Romeo and Juliet.
I was gonna say.
That's Romeo.
I don't know
and
why
Juliet.
a movie popped in my head. What was?
It's a book, huh?
Yes, it was between like the wife and the maid. I don't know. I don't know why that popped in my head.
I don't have no idea.
That would be Catherine and Heathcliff.
The cat.
The cat. It's a cartoon.
Wuthering Heights, before it became a movie, was a book.
I never even seen the movie. I never heard of that shit.
This story, authored by Washington Irving, has the character Ichabod Crane.
Oh, that sounds
very familiar.
That sounds.
I think I know. I think. That's the one. The Headless Horseman dude.
Ooh, I agree.
Oh, that's Sleepy
Hollow.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, that is The Legend of Sleepy Hollow.
Got one.
I didn't know. I knew that one. Kind of.
Mm-hmm.
I only knew that from Scooby Doo. Just, I'm being honest. I only knew that one.
Just know you don't have to tell the source.
Right.
I knew that from Scooby Doo.
I mean, I'm being honest.
This music artist also has a memoir titled Mo Meta Blues.
I know. What do you know?
This music artist also has a memoir titled Mo Meta Blues.
Jill Scott? I don't know.
No. I thought I knew, but I don't. 'Cause that's Mo Better Blues. It was a Spike Lee movie, but I don't even know. I don't even know what the hell.
Oh.
I don't know now. Well, who was
Mo
it?
Meta Blues was written by none other than Questlove.
Oh, that's dope. Wouldn't have known. Moving on. We're all done.
These four mammals can't jump.
What?
Okay.
These four mammals can't jump.
I know one.
Pigeons. No.
Dang. I know one off the top of my head that probably couldn't jump. Okay, I know two.
I mean, what if you fall off something?
Right.
A penguin popped in my head, and I was like,
Are they mammals?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think penguins are mammals.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think.
But they jump.
They jump though, but they can't fly. I don't know. It popped in my head. I was like,
Because remember, when you see a penguin, it's gonna jump off the cliff and into the ocean.
that's what I was like. Does it jump or fall? Like, I don't know. Okay. It doesn't jump.
It doesn't jump.
That's tough.
My ostrich.
I think that's a bird.
Oh.
Birds aren't mammals. I don't believe.
The only thing that's a mammal is a platypus, but that's another story.
Yeah.
Platypus, yeah.
Yeah. That's some weird ass shit, man.
Just gonna hit the button.
That's why
Anteater.
Elephants.
Anteaters, can they?
No.
I'm gonna say elephants can jump.
No, they cannot. Elephants
Okay,
are one of the
I was
four
gonna say.
mammals.
That's what I'm gonna say.
Giraffe?
Elephant? No, giraffe can jump.
Can they?
Dolphin. Right? That's not on the list. It can jump. How the fuck a dolphin can jump, man?
A dolphin swims in.
Yes, oh my god.
They go jumping out of the water is not the same as actually jumping.
Because jumping is technically they have legs.
Hey.
That's
Jumping is lifting.
Jumping in water and jumping on land is not the same thing.
No.
A sloth?
But
No.
it's lifting everything off the ground at the same time.
But it can't
A
jump
sloth?
on land though. It can't jump on land, right?
A sloth.
Just go ahead and show the answer, Jimmy.
What's the answer?
What is that?
That would be elephants,
sloth,
sloths, Hippos.
Thank
and
you, Elijah.
Rhinos.
That's what Elijah said. He said sloth. I knew elephants, but that's about it.
A sloth can barely do anything.
It doesn't.
How the fuck do they survive?
I have no idea.
They're plant eaters.
I've seen one in person. Like
I have too.
Like, you would think they'd be straight dead, dog. You moving that slow, like, why would something just eat you?
Right.
Like,
What if something just eats you?
like, but I don't understand how they've survived all these years, and they're like ancient animals.
Yeah.
How the
It's
hell
probably
they
because
survived?
they move so slow that nobody ever thinks that they're there.
I don't know, bro. And you would think they would never survive. Like, kill them. He's slow, dog, as hell.
Okay.
They probably taste like shit. That's what it is. That's what I'm thinking.
He's like, that's the answer.
They've
just tasted you before.
They taste
like, no.
bad. They just like, nah, they nasty. So.
How many edges does a cube have?
16?
How many edges does a cube have?
8.
No and no.
4.
And no.
What?
And Jimmy, to your question, the answer is also no. The answer is 12.
30. What?
Oh.
Did you say 30?
I was gonna say 32. I can't even.
I'm
I can't
like making
even
a cube
it.
on my legs. I'm like, wait.
12.
All
right.
I don't know. I can't even visualize it.
The next question is, a female elephant is called what?
I don't know.
Wow. I didn't even know they was called anything.
Lady elephant.
Depressed.
A tramp.
That Lady in the Tramp.
I don't even know, bro. That's a tough one.
I was like Dumbo. I don't know.
Damn.
I have no clue.
Yeah, that's tough, bro. I didn't know that. I didn't even know that.
They're called a cow.
Interesting.
Boo.
What?
That's good to know.
It's called a cow. A female elephant is called a cow.
Who named it? Who named it?
That's just disrespectful, man.
Are you as fat as?
Yeah, I like
Right? He's disrespecting the. That's messed up, man.
All right.
What else?
What body parts continue to grow throughout your entire life?
Your teeth and your ears.
Your legs.
What you think?
Your arms.
Okay. Entire life.
Oh, not your entire life. Yeah, you're right.
Even when you die, it still grows? Or
Throughout your entire life.
Oh, hair.
These
just
body
living,
parts
just living.
Hair and nails.
continue to grow.
okay.
Oh,
I
yeah,
was
that's
just
true.
gonna say that too. I was gonna
That's
say
not true. Hair and nails not true. Motherfuckers bald.
No, I mean
Your hair still can go back.
No,
it's
even
not.
There's
when
bald people,
You're
Jimmy.
bald, man, they're done. It's
no,
over.
you can. It's your hair. Your hair still grows even after. Anyways.
Yeah, people
Your
shave.
nails still grows too.
Yeah, nails. I would say nails.
Um,
That's his one. Ears. I know your ears grow forever.
But
You're partially right.
Ears and nails.
Ears is one of the answers.
I know ears is.
ears.
Go ahead and get y'all the one for the other question.
What's the other one?
The
Your
other
kneecap.
part is your nose.
What
Your
the-
nose and your ears.
That's fucked up. I already got a big ass nose. Why don't we have to keep on growing? Damn. Fuck my whole life up, man.
What country?
Why couldn't it be penis that keeps growing? Like,
Man, I've been trying to figure
why does it have to be stupid shit?
I've been trying to figure that.
Because at what point, if the penis kept growing, all of it wouldn't fit in the vagina. The vagina is
Right,
only
it
like
don't-
4 millimeters long.
Guys, I don't want to have this. Can we just go to the next?
It's only like 4 millimeters deep.
He's like, but still,
Oh, man.
I still would feel like his self-esteem's like, but still, I'll be more confident. Wait,
Oh man, dog! I should have been drinking this shit this morning.
All right. The question is, what country invented the ice cream sundae?
I'm going to say,
Damn.
oh gosh,
This should not be
I don't
locked.
have 'em.
I'm gonna say America. It's the U.S.
Yeah, it sounds like some U.S. shit.
It sounds like it was ice cream on Sunday, and then they said Sunday.
But it is spelled all weird. So
but yeah, probably a play out.
Maybe
knockoff.
it's London.
No, you were correct. It was America.
Damn.
U.S. did invent the ice cream sundae.
I got one right.
Yeah, and we used to do ice cream on Sundays. Like it was a big deal to have your ice cream on Sundays. That's it?
No, we got another question here.
One more.
What do you call an area that receives 10 inches or less of rainfall each year?
What, a desert?
Yeah, definitely.
A desert is correct.
That's right. We live in one.
I mean, I had to put it on there, and I was going to say, if you got it wrong and we live in this wrong, then something's wrong with you.
You got a problem.
You got a problem.
So we failed, like always. It's all good.
That's it.
That's it.
Thank you for playing.
Thank everybody for watching.
Thank you for
you
being
guys.
a friend.
We appreciate you, Safari, for coming through. You're very
Thank you
fun,
for
very fun. We had
having
a good show.
Had a blast.
Anything you, we're gonna try to get that book. You know what I'm saying? I should have got one before you got here, before we can make sure we had it on hand. But we're gonna definitely get one where we could put it on the set for everybody else can come in and check it out. You know what I mean? So one more time before we go, let people know how to follow you, your website and everything, and let everybody know how to get up with you.
So follow me on Instagram. So it's Safari Blake, and it's spelled just like the journey, the Africa, like Safari, last name Blake. And also safariblake.com. So any platforms, it will be Safari Blake going forward. And the book is called Lord Expose Me.
Yeah, Lord Expose Me. Go check it out, safariblake.com. Check it out, please. Buy the book.
Definitely. And if you're looking for some movies to go catch this weekend, you probably want to go check out Spirited. It is a holiday movie with Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds. It is their take on Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol.
How many times are we going to do a remake of this movie?
This one is going to be a musical. And I know how much you hate musicals. So that is why I suggested the musical.
What else comes out?
And Avatar came out this week. The Way of the Water, which tells the story of the Sully family.
I hope you got a half a day to take. Just don't do nothing.
Because
Avatar
is 3 hours and 10 minutes long.
Oh, yeah, it's 3.5. Yeah, 3:10.
Whoever seen Black Panther? Did you guys watch Black Panther?
Yeah,
yes.
When I saw those blue people, I was like, what is this, Avatar? No, but oh gosh, that's a long movie.
Yeah, they are close by you thinking about it. But man, I'm not going to see that shit. So
the longest movie I watched,
man, I can't do it.
Was that Zack
Snyder's cut.
I didn't even watch it all the way through.
That was like 7 hours.
I think we fell asleep.
Yeah.
We fell asleep
I had to
halfway
come
through
back and watch it again in parts.
It was like 7 hours.
My face is like,
yeah, that was a long.
I started and fell asleep.
Yeah, that was a long movie, man. Let me know I was old right then.
No, it's true.
But thanks everybody for watching. Thank you for Safari for coming through. We really appreciate you. Right on, Jimmy.
Oh wait, my bad.
Iesha.
It's 4 hours. Sorry.
And damn.
Yeah.
We will see y'all next week.
Holla, holla.
Thanks for watching another episode of Habari Live. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and get updates on news, the podcast, and more. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And don't forget to visit www.habarientertainment.com. See you next week. Peace.